much to this game, and you can like build anything you can really come up with. And I don't remember how to do a lot of that. So we're starting back at the beginning. We're gonna go through the tutorials of this and hopefully jog our memory on how all the things work. Fingers crossed. Because I have forgotten lots and lots. Yes, Spoot, I've been watching, I think it's Pause play a really cool playthrough of this game, and after watching so much of it, I was like, oh, I need to play again. So here we are to get back into it. So, all right. So let's look. We've got our first set of things to get our bronze star to work on. So we got to find the grizzly bears, enter the grizzly bears with our animal cam, locate the West African lion habitat, and locate an empty habitat. Okay, well, you know, I kind of slightly remember this. We can pull and drag around. I don't remember how to angle things though, so that's fun. Oh, we've got a hyzer though. Okay, we can zoom like this.
That grizzly bears,
Oh
also
boy.
known as Ursus arctos horribilis, can hibernate for up to 7 months a year. Oh, but then again, given the chance, I think a lot of people would do that too. Select one of the bears and you'll bring up its information panel.
Okay. I love that Zach says that you can't. I did mute the dog. I muted the dog for he was coming right in my doorway, and I knew we were about to be very loud. Okay, the joke here is though, why do I feel like I should be able to rotate my camera and I simply cannot? Hello? This is the first joke. Hold on. Uh-oh. Okay. Hold on. Hold on. Because I already feel like a crazy person, right? Am I crazy? I feel like I should just be able to move my camera around because it's keys. No. No, why? Why no? How strange. How strange. I have so many questions. Because I don't want to invert you, though. No. No, that's not... That does not do it. I should be able to turn. This is very strange. Wait, hold on. No, no, no. Hello, welcome to... My mouse is already fighting me, but you know what? Whatever. We've found the bear.
This is where you can find out all kinds of information about your animal. The most important thing being its overall welfare. You'll learn more about animal welfare today as we go through your objectives. But for now, let's enjoy this magnificent animal. Why don't you select the camera at the bottom of its information panel? See now, this is a fantastic way to get a close look at your animals. You can also get this view of an animal by simply double-clicking on it. Okay, when you're ready, let's pop over to the other side of the zoo and take a look at the lions. I've marked their location for you to find.
Oh no, not the bear glitching through. All right, so we got here. I'm I oh yeah, okay. We fixed it. We fixed our problem. All right. All right, Zachary, good to see you. Yes. Okay. So we're starting strong. We've got our bears. Like, look how pretty the water is. The fact that it's got like the reflections. It's just when Planet Zoo came out as like a diehard Zoo Tycoon girly, this was everything I dreamed it to be. All right. But now we've got to find the lions, and I swear there's an easy way to do this, but I don't know it. I don't remember it yet. We do, however, have this nice, helpful blue screen around them.
Leo, all the West African lion to you and me. Lions are the most social of the big cats, and there can be as many as 40 lions in a pride, although prides of that size are pretty rare. As Bernie would say, those lions are awesome, which is precisely why I handle the training instead these days. Anyway, how about we get started on those objectives? Come on, let's head over to an empty habitat and see what needs doing there.
He's so chunky. He's so chunky. I wish I was the one who actually designed these, but I'm in campaign, clearly attempting to relearn how to use all the buttons that I've forgotten how to use since the last time I played. Okay. All right. All right. Oh dear. Oh dear. Just keep zooming out. What could go wrong? Okay. All right. We're relearning. So next we need our empty habitat, which is conveniently highlighted in blue for me in my very constantly lost existence. Okay. This is pretty cool.
It's a lovely space for animals, but it's missing a certain something. Well, two somethings. Warthogs. So I'd like you to adopt a pair of them. To adopt animals, we need to open the animal market, which is in the animal trading section.
Okay. So we're gonna get us some warthogs. Luckily, this game has given us some money.
Perfectly splendid warthogs for our zoo. Just click on them and select Adopt from the side menu. Normally, the animal exchange would be full of animals, but I've emptied out the market while you learn how it works. The last thing I need is you accidentally ordering a dozen elephants.
Grumpy, I don't know if, well, I'm hoping that was a scent enrichment. They have like so in this game you can research the animals that you get in, and then like the more you research, the more options you have for their habitat. And one that they have is like a blood scenting enrichment, so I'm hoping it's more one of those as opposed to food, because the hanging food bag toys are usually for like the herbivores. Oh no. All right, let's get us these warthogs. Like this game, like I was saying, has so many layers. Like the stats of your animals matter, like a lot when you're breeding and how often they get sick and stuff. So we obviously don't have options. See, like this dude, he has a slightly shorter than average lifespan. Like
When you
crazy.
adopt an animal, it's
Right.
automatically placed in the trade center where they're held until you're ready to move them into their habitat, which, as it happens, you are. So how about you move them into their new home?
The dog has lost privileges in the room. He's lost open door privileges. Okay. So we need to send our warthogs to the zoo from our animal storage. You know.
When you ask for an animal to be moved into a habitat, your caretakers will go to the trade center, collect your animal, and deliver them to your selected habitat. I've marked the trade center's location, so let's go and watch the caretakers in action.
All right, let's go see our caretakers deliver our new warthogs. There we go. It's parked over there. I know this is like the first campaign tutorial
As you
situation.
can see, those
Um,
caretakers don't hang about. They'll move those animals to their destination as fast as possible.
but
Of course, normally
later
you'd have to place
on,
the
you
animals
have
into
to,
quarantine before
yeah, put them
moving
into
them into a habitat.
quarantine.
But I am assured by a person of good standing that these warthogs are in the very rudest of health. Right, let's get the warthog's habitat finished up so we can keep them nice and
Okay.
happy. You see, each animal in the zoo has an overall welfare statistic,
Ah,
basically how happy they are. And that overall welfare statistic is itself comprised of 4 different areas: nutrition, social health, habitat, and enrichment. Luckily, if you select an animal, you'll bring up their animal welfare information panel, which we saw earlier, where you can see how they're doing. That way, you'll know exactly what areas need to be addressed. Don't worry if that's a lot to remember. You can always check the Zoopedia for more information.
okay. So we've got our
Let's
warthogs.
start by making sure we're taking care of the warthog's nutrition welfare. To do this, we'll need to place a food station and a drinking station. Now, each animal requires a different type of feeding station. And for the warthogs, it's a small feeding trough. So let's add one of those and a water bowl.
All right. I don't know where the zookeeper entrance over here. Okay, I feel like to make it a little easier for the zookeepers, maybe we conveniently locate these by the door for now. Oh, obstruction. Okay, how about there?
Animals also require
Perfect.
stimulation to keep them happy. Let's add a lovely mud bath for the warthogs to roll around in. That bath will count towards their enrichment welfare, specifically their toy enrichment welfare.
Okay, we can give them a mud bath. That's doable.
Oh, nice work. You've got a knack for this, I see. Now, our contractor had to leave in a hurry, so this place is in a fair old state. Unfinished thingamajigs and whatsits all over the shop. But the first thing we need to finish is the ostrich habitat. It's over near the hippos.
Okay, apparently we're jumping over to the hippos. Although I feel like the poor warthogs probably need a little more in here, but we're just trying to get through our tutorial, right? So, all right, they're good. Now we need to figure out our next spot. Oh, we even have a train in this zoo. I have tried to build a train. It has not gone well for me at any point in my Planet Zoo career.
Before we actually start building our ostrich habitat, let's pause the game. Just click the pause button in the bottom right corner.
All right.
That's
Oh,
more like it. A quick break. Sometimes it's a good idea to pause the game whilst you're doing something which requires your concentration, because it'll stop the zoo spinning out of control while you're looking the other way. Let's keep the game paused while we get this ostrich habitat built.
okay.
Okay, job number 1 here is to add a habitat gate before we complete the barrier. Every habitat needs a habitat gate. After all, how else would the keepers get in and out? Just make sure it's hooked up to the path so the keepers can reach it.
Right. Hear me out. The pathing in this game can also be a slight nightmare. I do remember that being like a situation. All right. That's fun. It's gonna outside of placement area. Oh, okay. There we
Right,
go.
let's complete the perimeter barrier so we can adopt us
Right.
some ostriches. I've marked out an area for you to use, so I'd like you to finish off the perimeter using the brick barrier.
Okay. Oh gosh. All right, but how do you... Oh, not like that. Oh no. I forget how... How... How to shorten this. Oh gosh. This is where I start struggle busing. Hold on. Okay, how about here? Why, like, this is why I'm retutorialing, because I literally do not remember how to, uh, how to make this work, per se. So we'll just kind of do one of these. Right, but then you see my problem here. With how do we... I know for a fact that... There we go.
Good work.
There's a way to, like,
Remember,
shorten and
before
change the
you can
length of
place
your, like,
animals in any
fences and stuff,
habitat,
but I
you
don't
must
remember
have
how
a
to do
full
that.
loop of connected barrier. Now, you've probably noticed that guests can't actually see into this habitat at the moment. At least not without a stepladder. But seeing as they're banned, I'd like you to select a piece of barrier and swap out the brick for a glass barrier, so the guests can see in.
Right. Right. Because OSHA would never allow me to give my guests, a stepladder. Alright.
There we go.
Like that,
Adding
I
in
hope.
more windows gives
Fingers
guests
crossed.
even more opportunities to see the animals in a habitat. It's always best to make sure the guests can get a good view into a habitat from the path they're walking on, because it makes them happy, and because this would be a pretty terrible zoo if they couldn't. The last thing we need to do is to add a donation box. You see, when guests enjoy the view of an animal, they'll make a donation. Just make sure you put them in easy-to-reach places, like near a viewing point. Donation boxes are one of the main sources of income for the zoo, so make sure you remember them.
Right, hustle for the money. We need the money. Alright, we just gotta unpause.
Before we adopt our ostriches, you should click the play button. After all, if the game's paused, then so are our caretakers, which will make it a bit tricky for them to deliver the ostriches, eh?
Okay. Now we need to adopt.
By the way, as well as pausing the game, you can speed the game up by clicking on the fast forward button. It'll run everything at 2 times and 5 times faster. It can be useful, especially if you're waiting for money to accumulate or for animals to be delivered to your habitat. Personally, I use it when I'm waiting for a brew to finish.
Okay.
Alright, you've finished the habitat, so it's high time we adopted those ostriches, don't you think? Let's get 4 of them in here.
Alright, give me all the ostriches. You can also sort by, like, appeal to see which ones, like, are gonna be the best for guests to see. I don't know. Oh, okay. We've got at least, like, 2 with some good genetics. I'll take it. I'll take them all. Excellent. Now, we've got them all in storage. We'll click them, send to zoo, and they're gonna come live here.
Collected by the caretakers and brought to the habitat, you should get it ready for them. Add
Oh.
a suitable feeding station, water station, and an appropriate food enrichment item. It's often best to place things like enrichments and feeding stations near to the habitat perimeter, so guests can get a really good view of the animals.
Listen, I know. I hear you that you'd like me to let nice people see my creatures, but I also feel like it stresses them out to be viewed sometimes. That's a thing. They can be, like, stressed out by being seen by visitors.
Ostriches have somewhere they can really stretch their legs. Did you know they can actually run at 43 miles per hour? Oh, heaven forbid they ever escape. The speed camera fines alone would bankrupt us.
We're getting, look at them all, just in these tiny little boxes.
Well, Bernie certainly seems impressed. Did you do his speed camera joke?
Oh dear.
Every time
man.
we get an ostrich.
Okay.
So, now we've made the ostriches' lives
Woohoo.
a bit better, let's do the same for the keepers, shall we? To make it easier for the keepers to feed the ostriches and hippos, we should build a new keeper hut.
Right
Keeper
on.
huts are where the keepers prepare the food for animals, so they should be placed near to the habitats to make sure the keepers don't waste their time walking when they should be looking after the animals.
Alright. Alright. I mean, I feel like the
You'll
brick...
need to rotate the keeper hut to get it to connect up to the path.
Okay, so we can Z to rotate. Oh gosh, it goes so fast though. Okay. Is that perfect? No. Are we running with it? Yes. That's fine.
This keeper hut only has space for 1 keeper, But the larger keeper hut can allow multiple keepers to prepare food at the same time. Oh, but bear in mind that keeper huts and other staff facilities shouldn't be placed near to areas where there are lots of guests. Guests don't like seeing facility buildings, and it can affect their happiness. Negatively. In case that wasn't clear. Something that all facilities, shops, and a whole host of other objects need is power. And that obviously includes your newly built keeper hut. So let's place a transformer next to it, shall we?
All right. This is also where I've gone astray before, because you need to build your own power and it covers like a certain area. But you also, like later on when you get water in exhibits, you have to have water treatment. And it's a whole thing. And it was not my strong suit, but
The reason everything has gone blue is because you're using the power heat map. This
Right.
map allows you to see what is and what isn't powered in your zoo.
Like this.
So once you've placed your transformer, you can click in the bottom left to turn the heat map off.
Okay, which way is the front though? This way, I'm hoping. Oh gosh. This struggles. Yeah, are you... Make sure we're connected to the path. That's a big one.
Lovely work.
All right.
Now the keepers can start using the hut to prepare food, and thanks to where you've put it, they won't need to walk very far to deliver it to the ostriches and hippos.
Oh, look, we have hippos
Let's
over
get on
here.
to your next objective then.
Okay.
Bengal tigers.
Oh.
We want to adopt some, but I'm afraid there's nothing ready for them yet. Head on over to the plot of land I've marked out. It's not too far away.
Right, we're gonna get tigers. Oh, we don't need to know about filleted
Righty,
flawed.
the next job is to build a habitat from scratch. And concrete and glass, I expect. So go ahead and build it. Just make sure that the habitat includes that big hole we've dug. Oh, and don't forget to add a habitat gate to the barrier.
Right. Okay, we can do
Oh,
this.
and make sure the guests will be able to see the tigers.
Right. I think we'll start with our habitat gate, and we're gonna put it over here because this very specific path is for like your staff. So if this path is down, guests won't go on it. So you can keep them away from like all the facilities that they think are ugly and they don't want to see. So yeah, I'll follow it right around. This is where I'm like, okay. I know there's a way to change this. We'll worry about that later, I guess, though. Start like this. And then I'm going to go back and add some glass panels because they would like to be able to see. Yep. Goal is just do our best right now. It doesn't have to be pretty. We're relearning what we're supposed to do.
Now, Bernie takes safety very seriously at his zoos, so we should probably make sure those tigers can't jump out of their habitat, don't you think?
Yeah, but hold on,
The way
ma'am.
we do it is by changing the height of the habitat's barrier. Okay,
Oh.
then, you should start by double-clicking the habitat barrier, which will take you into barrier editing mode.
Okay. Okay.
Great.
Okay.
Now, highlight the entire perimeter of the habitat. You can do that by clicking and dragging the barrier selection tool.
Ah. Okay. Voila.
Now you've got all of the perimeter selected, you can increase the height of it by clicking and dragging the barrier height tool upwards. You'll want to make sure it reaches a height of at least 3.7 meters.
I don't know what 3.7 meters is in feet. About like 11 feet. Does that sound legit? You know, I changed my settings so it would tell me everything in feet. and I don't know the conversion on that. So that's fun. What if we do a Google search real quick of 3.7 meters to feet? Because, okay, it's just over 12 feet, so that is not tall enough. You know, how about 13? 13 seems, that seems good. Okay.
Don't forget to put down a donation box near to your viewing areas.
Right.
We need every dollar we can get.
Yes, ma'am.
Especially as these tigers aren't exactly eating instant noodles for lunch.
All right. We got some more viewing. There's no point of putting viewing there. All right. We will facilities and find our donation boxes. And then we will pop them over here.
Okay, that's the habitat boundary complete, the habitat gates in place, and most importantly, the tigers won't be able to jump out of it anymore. I think it's time we adopted those tigers.
Okay, we can go get us some tigers, and I'm so excited about that. All right. Oh, look how cute. Beautiful. Oh, they're expensive. I'm so used to being poor in my zoo. Like, I aggressively spend a little too much. That's kind of nice to be in a campaign where I've got money. All right, and then we're going to want to send them to the zoo.
Whilst our trusty caretakers collect and deliver the tigers, let's take a look at preparing the habitat for their arrival. We'll start with the basics. Add a suitable feeding station for them.
Okay. Oh, they will need to eat. It's a little clipped. This is also a problem I had at one point while in one of my other playthroughs was I kept getting glitched while placing things like this.
Pool in their habitat so they can go for a swim, but they can also use it to drink from. All you have to do is make sure the banks of the pool have a gentle slope so they can easily get a nice, refreshing drink. There's already a pool excavated, but you still need to fill it with water. You should do that by going into terrain and selecting the water tool.
Water. Okay. I think we want calm water for them, right?
Yes, that'll do nicely. Of course, just like the warthogs and ostriches, these tigers will also need some enrichment. Why don't you add some suitable toy and food enrichment items into their habitats?
Okay, now we need... Oh, look, are you gonna go swim? Yeah, go swim. I don't know, this isn't giving much tiger energy, but let's see, we've got a frozen blood pumpkin. We can put that over here so that people can see them. And we've got a rubbing pad. Put like here, kind of in between them.
Starting to take shape. Now, the tigers will need a shelter in their habitat so they can hide from the guests, or more likely the bad weather. Although given that we're in England, you might want to think of that just as normal weather. Go on, add a shelter to their habitat.
Okay, but look at them.
One from various suitable bits and bobs, or if you like, just pop down the blueprint that I've already built for you.
Yeah, look at this enrichment. They're thrilled. They're so thrilled. I love that for them. I can hear all the guests going, whoa! Oh, look, we have a tiger balloon. That's so fun. Okay. That's so cool. Alright, we've got... Alright, we'll just go with the pre-built shelter for now, because I don't feel like attempting to build something at this point in time. Alright, that's the opening. We maybe should angle it a little bit like that. Pop it in. Look at us go. I give them another, like, there we go.
Poor Dabs. I'm sure it can't have escaped your attention that the tigers look a bit miffed. That's because they aren't too keen on the type of terrain in their habitat.
I was saying that.
Select a tiger and bring up its information panel.
Okay, we've got it open. Figure out what they would like to
Right,
have.
click on the terrain tab. That way you can view the terrain information and see how they feel about the different types of terrain. That'll tell you what the tigers need more of or less of in this habitat.
Okay. They need more soil.
Okay,
So we're gonna
open
paint
the
it.
terrain editing tool, select painting, and give them some more soil. Yes, that should help with the habitat part of their welfare.
Oh dear. Maybe a little bit. Let's see, a little bigger. A little bigger. Oh, bigger. Wrong way. Just maybe sprinkle that in over the grass that they don't like. I feel like probably up here to their food would have a little more of a worn path. Maybe up this way. To make it look a little natural-ish. Maybe. Oh, but we've killed too much short grass here. So, gotta go in with a little... Oh no! Okay, tell me what kind of zoo sells balloons. This is like how turtles die. This feels very wrong. And there's more. They're just letting balloons go. That's a helium balloon. This is not very ethical. This is not good zoo behavior. I hate that.
Right then, all
Okay.
animals need plants and trees from their own biome or continent. You know, deserts, savannas, or Asia, Europe, that sort of thing. It looks like these tigers need a few more plants in their habitat. To get a perfect fit, use plants from the rainforest and temperate biomes that are native to Asia. Although if you have to, you can get away with using just one or the other.
Okay.
The tigers will also want a certain amount of their habitat to be covered by those plants. To find out which plants to use and how many, select a tiger and go to the Environment tab.
I'm trying to be good and not speed run the,
Now, as you can see, some of the plants currently in the habitat aren't quite right for the tiger, like the wattle bushes. You can remove them if you want.
Let's delete all these plants that
You can
don't
find all of the plants you need in
vibe
the nature section,
with
and you can
tigers.
use the filters to only show the types of plants you want to see. In this case, that's plants from the rainforest or temperate biomes.
Okay. So we're looking for temperate grassland and tropical. Let's start with Asia as our continent. And then we can go to biome, tropical, and temperate. And it says grassland too. Sure. All right, so those should be our options for what we can make this better with. So Grumpy is our marine biologist over here, and I feel like he might be slowly dying watching me play this game. But truly, the balloons are sending me the worst. Like, there's balloons everywhere, and they're just letting them go into the sky. Alright, okay, we've got bananas. I love a banana. Alright, this is one thing I'd like to get better at. So one thing I'm really in awe of other people, like, who play this game is just how gorgeous they can, like, landscape things. And I really hope one day that I can get better at filling things in. Okay, also you have to be careful because you can, like, slip through walls, which I'm trying to not do that. So maybe we want, like, a bamboo there. They're just, like, I feel like there's so many players good at, like, layering. But I'm like, oh, you want to know what I did that we should not have done? Is I absolutely blocked the zookeeper entrance with, their hut, and we'll have to fix that. Okay. How about some more bananas? bigger trees around. Yeah. You know, the tigers out here probably do be climbing the trees and escaping. Got more of like a water plants, a brush. Yeah, that's one goal I have is to get better at doing some really fun landscaping in this game because it's so customizable that I should be able to do a lot of cool stuff. Still want more coverage. They're big cats and want to be sneaky. Oh, we're done though. We got our silver star.
They
Okay.
say that good fences make good neighbors. I guess that's doubly
But-
true when one of the neighbors is a
but-
Bengal tiger.
But I'm not done.
Still, those tigers look so happy that I doubt they'd leave, even if you did poke a hole in their fence.
What?
Oh, but for heaven's sake, don't test that theory.
Okay.
Right. Let's head
No.
over to the Indian peafowls. I've been
But-
told that we need to improve their social welfare.
But my tigers aren't happy, and the problem with this is they won't let me keep doing anything, so I guess it's good enough. Sorry, tigers. GG. Can I also... Can I move this? Maybe? Can I please move this? No. Essentially, they've said, you are done with the tigers, please keep going. Alright, our next highlighted area is the maze that's giving, Overwatch Hotel vibes.
Just find one of the peafowls and select them to open an information panel. Then we can have a good gander at how they're doing. Although technically, I suppose gandering would just be for geese.
And not just pick the bird.
Expand their social welfare, and we can get a bit more detail.
Okay. Ah.
Now, they've clearly got plenty of space, and they're not stressed, but it looks like their social group isn't quite right. So let's find out more. Click on the social tab at the top of their information panel to see what's wrong.
Okay, let's see. They want at least 2 adults.
As you
Or
can see,
no
the
more than 2.
peafowls need their population to be larger. To solve this little problem, you'll need to adopt 3 more female peafowls.
Ah.
Off you pop to the animal market then.
Alright, we need 3 new ladies. I love that this guy's name is Phil. Phil's pretty cool. Right? Cool. I mean, we don't really have a choice of what we can buy currently in this campaign, so we're just gonna grab them. And we'll pop them right into the zoo. No quarantine
Good work on those
needed.
peafowls. I expect they'll be delivered soon. But sadly, it sounds like our snow leopard is a bit grumpy. Let's head over there and see what's wrong with her.
Oh dear. The snow leopard is grumpy, guys. I'm coming. Coming.
Just like
Oh.
people, animals can suffer from stress if things aren't quite right. You know, like when you see someone put in the milk before the tea bag. In the case of these snow leopards, they're a bit stressed by their lack of privacy. You
Right.
can lower their stress levels by swapping out the normal glass barrier by their cave
Oh.
for one-way glass. It's not a cheap option, but I think they're worth the expense, don't you? This will give the snow leopards somewhere to go when they want to get away from the prying eyes of the guests.
Right. So we've got a barrier that's not... It's like literally into their den, and they're like, let's just give a whole glass barrier. What could possibly go wrong?
Of course, when an animal isn't in its natural biome, it's probably going to be too hot or too cold. Unsurprisingly for the snow leopards, it's too hot. Even with the terrible British weather, you should help cool it down by adding some
Okay.
coolers to their habitat. But let's start by opening up the temperature heat map and having a look-see at the temperature in the leopard's habitat.
Okay, we see our peafowls are being delivered. That's good. And then the heat maps are another thing I'd like to get better at because they can tell you all sorts of stuff. All right. Let's look at our
As you can
temperature.
see, we already have one cooler in there.
Yeah.
Let's pop some more down and get as much of the habitat as chilly as we can.
Right.
Luckily for us, this habitat already has power, but you'll need to make sure of that in the future. Just so you know, if any part of a habitat is powered, then the whole habitat will be powered.
Okay. Let's get some coolers in there. There. One here. And one. Oh no. Here.
You can find heat maps for all sorts of helpful things, so do be sure to explore
Okay.
them and make good use of them.
Just gonna keep throwing more coolers everywhere.
It'll take a little while for the temperature to adjust once you've added coolers or heaters, but now we've got the coolers in, we can address the leopards' terrain welfare. You see, what the leopards really want in here is snow and rock, so let's make that happen.
Right. Alright. That's doing its best currently. I hope. Okay. Now, where did our leopard friend go? Right. Let's click our leopard friend first so we can see what terrain we're going for. Oh. How do you say that name? Oh dear. Okay. Okay. Alright, so we've got lots of long grass and not enough snow. We can fix that. Alrighty, let's snow it up. And then we can go from there.
All of that should give you a pretty good understanding of how to make animals happy. So I'd like you to go and check on all the other animals in the zoo and fix up any issues with their habitats.
Okay.
That'll increase the average welfare of the animals across the whole zoo. And that average welfare is a very important statistic. Now, to quickly see how all your animals are doing in the zoo, you should go into zoo management and then into the animals section.
Okay. Throw down, you know, rock. And I'm hoping that my snow leopard, except we don't have good trees. Okay. Let's get rid of the trees we don't like. I guess we can start here on finishing out this campaign. And we can go shopping for... The lion's mad. Okay. Okay. Well, that was not my goal. We'll come back to the lion. Yeah, our timeline objective. Here. Alright, so we can see all of our animals here.
As you can see, this list shows you the animals' overall welfare. So if something's amiss, then you can quickly pop over to them using the locate button. Right. I'm off for a cuppa while you make sure all the animals are well looked after.
Okay. Okay. Sure. So... There we go. Let's pop over and see why this lion is big distress. Oh, they have no shelter. That's not great. I guess that is easy to fix, though. Depending on if we have enough room. So this is like, people can build cool stuff like this that counts as hard shelter. I'm not there yet. We'll get there. But we can also filter by species and stuff. So she is a West African lion, and we have a lot of species. Okay, that's a good start. So we've got our hard shelter options. We could put another rock situation in here. I don't know if there's room for that though. I don't think so. So maybe maybe we just get something pretty basic to pop in for now. Maybe. Oh, her social's bad. Oh wait. Did we fix all our problems with just a shelter? That might have just done it for us. Okay. Let's see who else is having issues. Oh, Speedy. Speedy the tortoise is having problems. Let's see what's going on. No enrichment. And Aldebra? Giant tortoise? Alright, let's see what we got for them. We can once again go to filters. We'll reset it and then start here. This one. And we can look at what we've got for enrichments. Ooh, a block of frozen fruit sounds very nice. We'll stick that in there. We can do an ice ball. A rubber ducky. That's adorable. Ball. Okay. Alrighty. And they need a shelter. Okay. We can also fix that. I am not in the mood to build anything, so we are indeed just going to take the most basic of options. And we'll get some bedding in there. Oh, that's giant. Calm down. That will do. Oh. Maybe it will not do, and we will have to try again. There we go. Okay. Oh, we need more hard shelter, though. That was simply not enough. Okay. Oh, maybe over here. Put one like this. I don't know if they can get to it. But we'll stick one there, too. I'll put leaves in this one for fun. Because why not? And that is somehow still not enough shelter. Oh, I feel like their whole habitat's about to be a shelter. I could just maybe stick another one somewhere in here. Alright, and now looks like we have enough shelter. Oh, there's not enough long grass either, so we'll have to do some terrain painting. Kind of sprinkle that in there. There we go. Oh, and I need a little more sand back, so we'll make this a little smaller. Kind of just sprinkle sand in wherever we can. Get around the water would be good. In the water, under the water. They want like a ton of sand. We should probably make this bigger. Tons of sand. Tons and tons of sand. We're not very artful about this. Okay. I think they're in good shape now, I hope. We look happy. Yay. Alright, let's see what's left. Fix up this campaign. Ooh. The never-ending zebras and giraffes. Got it. Let's click one of these and jump over there. Okay. Okay. What do we think is going on? Okay, so this is a mixed species exhibit, which I also think is a cool feature of this game. So, they are upset about their enrichment to start. So, we can go back into our habitat, and they are plain zebras, so we can reset our filters. And scroll down to plain zebras. And then we can search to see if we've got some good enrichment for them. Oop. Okay. Enrichment. Okay. Awesome. We've got some good, like, food enrichment options. Balls. A scratching tree. That sounds good. Hose. Okay. They would like more food enrichment, though. We've got a hanging grazing feeder.
Not bad.
Oh.
Not bad at all.
All right,
I
that
think
means
it's
we get
fair
our
to
gold
say you
star.
should pass the first part of your training
Woohoo.
with flying colours. There's still lots more to learn, but we'll have to head to another one of Bernie's zoos for that. If
Okay.
you want to grab your passport, we'll head off, shall we?
Excellent. All right, well. Right, we'll just save zoo here. Overwrite the last one we played because hopefully we'll actually remember how things work this time. And that's campaign 1. I think I might jump right into the second campaign and play through that because they tend to like help you build your skills up before you move on to the harder things, which I appreciate. Oh, however, we do take a hot minute to load on my computer. She's doing her best, but a little older. We need a hydration break. Okay. Slowly but surely. Okay. Back at where we were here. These so these are just the career scenarios. The time scenarios stress me out. I'm gonna work up to doing these because they stress me out. But all right, let's jump right into the second one. So this is the Madagascan Simian Conservation Project, which I did play before, but I once again do not remember anything of what I was doing here. And I think we should just keep building the skills. That way we can go into one of the time scenarios or something a little more challenging in the future. So, the Madagascan Simian Conservation Zoo is the accumulation of Bernard Goodwin's work in the region, specializing in simian breed and release programs, as well as championing and highlighting the diverse species of apes and monkeys. But never want to be complacent, Bernard now wants to see what you can do in this most promising of locations. Alright, so let's start a new one. We'll leave it at medium for now. I'm just trying to get my feet back and wet and get back to all of the basic knowledge of playing this game that I have forgot. The soundtrack for this game is also wonderful. The vibe. I feel like I could be walking around like Animal Kingdom or something. She's trying her best. Trying her best to load. But honestly, I feel like this is such a great way to start my Sunday is by playing a nice comforting game. And just getting to relax for a little bit before I gotta start going and doing the adult things for the day. Slowly now. Alright. Into our new career challenge.
Welcome to Madagascar. It's quite the change of scenery from dreary old England, huh? Apart from the weather, I suppose. They don't call these places rainforests for nothing. The zoo you'll be working in is an ape sanctuary, where we're doing vitally important conservation work. Not just for apes, but for all kinds of species. But apes, well, apes are some of the closest relatives to humans there are. And yet, the way the world treats them is like, well, very much like some of us treat our actual relatives. Anyway, that's why I'm determined that our operation here does some good. If we can all leave some part of the world in a better state than we found it, we'll have lived lives worth living. And speaking of states, I have a horrible feeling I left the house in the right one. When I get back, I expect my life won't be worth living at all.
Okay. This is a really cool
Madagascar
location.
then? Bit warm for my taste, to be honest. Anyway, this is Bernie's primate sanctuary. It's not just primates, though. We've got all sorts of animals. So why don't we go and have a look at some of them, eh? We'll start by taking a look at the red-ruffed lemurs. They're the ones that look like they should be in a Shakespeare play. Come on, let's head over to them.
All right. Off we go. And our goal is to get to that gold, and I appreciate them highlighting where I'm supposed to go. All right. Perfect.
Red-ruffed lemurs are found in the rainforests of Masuala. That's in northeast Madagascar. They can actually live anywhere from 15 up to 25 years. Fancy that, eh? Okay, when you're ready, let's go find our Bornean orangutans.
They're cute. They're very cute. Oh gosh. Okay. Alright, let's go see where our orangutans are. Somewhere this way.
The Bornean orangutan is such a marvelous creature. They're always a big favourite at any zoo they feature in, and they're also the biggest tree-dwelling animal on the planet. Assuming you don't count any lions that got stuck up one. Oh, why don't you take a better look at them? Open up their information panel and go into the animal camera.
I am in the animal camera, but okay.
Aren't they just incredible?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Voila. He is indeed incredible. Like, look how good he looks.
Have a look-see at some of our beautiful bonobos. They're quite the characters.
Right, to the bonobos. Bonobos have been a downfall for me in previous Planet Zoo playthroughs. Alright, bonobos.
Dear, it looks like we've arrived just in time. One of the habitat's barriers has collapsed.
Uh-oh.
And wouldn't you know it, one of the bonobos has made a run for it. We'll need to catch them. But before we do, we should box up the other bonobos to stop them escaping too.
Okay.
Select the habitat boundary to bring up the habitat information panel.
Okay. Bet. Here is...
Now open the animals tab.
Uh-huh. Please don't escape. I've had enough of this. Please stay in your enclosure.
We need a vet to recapture that escaped bonobo, but it seems our last one left to do some research in the wild. Not an ideal situation.
Okay.
So, we'll need to hire a replacement sharpish. Go into the zoo section and then into the staff management area.
Mm-hmm.
You can find all of your staff in here, but there's no time to go looking at their particulars at the moment. Hire a vet.
Okay. Voila. We've hired a vet.
Great. Now let's deal with our escapee before they can cause too much havoc. Use the animal alerts to jump to the escaped bonobo.
Oh, where'd we go?
And
there we
then
are.
Click on the Call Vet button to call the vet over to capture it.
Man. Where even? Can I call that? It's eating trash!
Okay, that's a relief. So while the vet deals with our bonobo friend, let's go fix up their habitat so they can't escape again.
Okay.
Head back over there.
Alright, back over here, where the bonobos have, punched through somehow.
As you can see, the barrier's collapsed. Someone's taken their eye off the ball, obviously. Let's get this one replaced.
Mm-hmm.
Select the barrier and then we'll edit it. Delete the broken section of barrier and replace it with a brand spanking new one.
Alright, we gotta delete whatever is going on here. Okay. And we can snap that in.
Now that we've done that, we need to make sure to add climb-proof barriers to the top.
Ah.
That way the bonobos won't be able to climb out. Just make sure you've got the correct piece of barrier selected when you do that.
Okay. Actually, hold on.
Okay, so go into the options section and select which side the climb-proof barrier needs to go on. And don't get it wrong. We're more worried about bonobos climbing out than guests climbing in.
Oh no. It wants me to decide how... I don't... This one gets a little confusing for my brain. Make the boundary climb... Okay. Sure. Do you think that does it? Oh no! No! Oh no. Oh no. I thought they were supposed to be boxed up. Hold on, hold on, hold on. What is happening here? First of all... Alright. Edit this.
Nicely done.
There we go.
And I
Okay.
think it's high time we unbox those bonobos, wouldn't you say? The poor mites will get sad if we leave them in there for too long.
Okay.
Select the habitat barrier to bring up the habitat information panel again.
Okay. We just have a couple of escapees. It's fine.
And then open the animals tab.
Yeah, yeah. Except for that one that escaped while I was editing the fence, but
So, it turns out that as well as the old vet leaving, the zoo's mechanics did too.
Oh.
We'll need to hire a couple of new ones so we can help stop any more breakouts. You see, mechanics do all sorts of helpful things around the zoo, but one of their most important jobs is taking care of the habitat barriers. Without mechanics around to repair them, the barriers will crack, crumble, and fall down. And before you know it, we'll be overrun with escaped animals.
all
Go
right.
into the zoo section and then into the staff management area again.
Right. Oh, they're not happy though.
Hire a mechanic and then click on a path to place them in the zoo.
I did. I indeed hired a mechanic.
And then click on the path again to hire a second mechanic. As you can see, you don't have to go back into staff management if you're hiring lots of the same type of staff member.
You know, I did something very wrong there. I'm very sorry, ma'am. I will just hire another mechanic. There you go.
We have been busy, haven't we? Good work.
All right, we've got our bronze star.
Oh, I think Bernie wants a word with you.
Okay. Bernie wants to talk to us. Okay. Okay.
Oh, I hear you had a bit of an issue with an escaped bonobo. The main thing is that you dealt with it swiftly, and more importantly, without the animal stealing someone's clothes, putting them on, and then walking out of the front gate.
He's funny.
You see, another key responsibility for our vets is animal research. Researching animals allows vets to unlock new enrichment items, additional information for our education resources, enhanced breeding programs, and improvements to food quality. Oh, the animal's food, not the vets. It'll take more than a research grant to improve the staff canteen. Anyway, as you can see, research is a key part of running your zoo. In order for a vet to undertake research, they require a research centre. And once again, that's something that this zoo is missing. So let's build one. I've marked out an area for you to put it.
Okay. This zoo is such a cool build. Like, it's Surrounded by, it's just built up on water and there's like caves and stuff. You like it. Alright, so we've got a pre-built house.
Now, you've probably noticed that there's already a building where I want you to build the research center. Don't worry. You see, the building that's currently there is actually a hollow shell, so we're able to place our new building inside of it. If you select the research center for placement and then hover over the shell, you'll see that it asks if you want to add the research center to the existing building. Okay, click to add it to the building. Oh, but that won't place it in just yet, though. First, we'll need to rotate our research center so it automatically connects to the path when we place it.
No way? No? Okay. Yes. I think. I hope.
Right. Splendid work. Now that we have a brand spanking new research center, we can give our vets something to do in there.
It's so ugly.
By the way, it's worth noting that the vets will only do research when they're not required to do any other jobs. That said, you can change what jobs a vet does via their information panel. But let's not worry about that just now. So, let's get our vet researching ring-tailed lemurs. Go into the zoo section and select vet research.
Right. Got our research, so...
Here, you can see a list of all the animals present in your zoo, and also all the potential diseases that can occur.
Oh.
Now, drag and drop your vet onto the ring-tailed lemur to start their research.
There we go.
Actually, thinking about it, I'm not sure we've got any education boards or speakers by the lemur's habitat. Let's head over there and add some, so our guests can learn all about their furry little delights.
Alright, education's also huge in this game. And I also feel like it can be hard to sufficiently educate the guests sometimes.
At a height that guests can see, or if you like, pop them down on a stand.
My god, they're all here. Okay. Okay. We just want education board. Can I do whatever? Okay. I feel like this is sufficient. Oh, it's already got one. Okay. Turn on align to surface. Yes, that would be helpful. Please, please, please. Okay. Where is our other spot? Over here. We'll just plop that there too.
Okay, now that they've been put into position, we have to tell them what animal to display information about. Select one of the education boards to bring up its information panel.
What is in here? Ringtail lemurs? Yes. Okay. Yep.
And from the drop-down list, select ring-tailed lemur. Although I'm sure that last part was obvious. When you link an education board or a speaker to an animal, you need to make sure that said animal is close by. If it isn't, the guests will get confused and won't learn as much.
Let us go. Now we would like speakers.
Now that we've done the education boards, let's pop down a pair of speakers. Speakers play audio to the guests so they can learn while they look at the animals, instead of having to go through the laborious process of reading. Oh, one thing to bear in mind is that it's important not to put the speakers too close together. If you do, the guests won't be able to understand what's being said.
Oh. Okay. I just wanted to click on the speaker.
Now we simply need to link the speakers to the ring-tailed lemurs, just like you did with the education boards.
Okay. There's so many people. And the speakers are so little. Okay, hold on. No, I don't want to click this child. Okay, ringtail
Fantastic.
lemurs.
Oh, it's worth remembering that education boards and speakers
Okay.
both need power to work. They won't do much good without it.
All right.
Oh, it looks as though our vet has completed their research on ring-tailed lemurs. We'll need to collect the results. We can do that by clicking on the notification or by
Cool.
going back into the vet research area.
All right, we've got some stuff for our lemurs. Good.
Go on, collect your research rewards.
I thought I did.
Just so you know, vets will continue to research an animal even after successfully completing a research level. I suppose when you're in the zone, you're in the zone.
Okay. So all these lemurs are distress. Yes.
Well, now that we've enriched the lives of our guests, let's enrich the lives of our ring-tailed lemurs. Some animals, like lemurs, will have a climbing need. That means they have a requirement for a certain amount of climbing space. And you can fulfill that requirement by building them a climbing frame. Let's find out how much more climbing space our lemur friends need, shall we? Select one of them and bring up their information panel.
All right. Climbing is also scary because this is how we get escape artists. All right, so they need...
Next, click on the terrain tab.
Oh, I'm going too fast for Miss Nancy over here.
Now, as you can see, the lemurs need quite a lot more climbing space. But as it happens, I've already got a climbing frame blueprint built for you. So you can either pop that down or build one yourself from scratch.
Yeah.
By the way,
I don't want to build
it's not always
one.
just climbing needs that you have to worry about.
That's good.
Other animals might need a certain amount of water in their habitat so they can go for a swim. They certainly do keep us on our toes. Oh, that's a great climbing frame for them. They're going to absolutely love it. Do you know what would make them even happier, though? Nicer food. But that's true of all of us, though, isn't it? You can unlock better quality food for animals through research. Luckily, we've already unlocked some for the lemurs, so all that remains is to make sure they get served it from now on. Let's bring up the habitat information panel by selecting the lemur habitat.
All right. All right. Then we can give them better food over here. We can have a better quality of life.
Climbing frame and better food.
Perfect.
Oh, you've really spoilt those lemurs rotten. Now, I think it's time we looked at one of the zoo's most important responsibilities. Releasing animals into the wild. You see, when we feel an animal is ready, we can release them into the wild. But what makes an animal a good candidate for release? Well, their age is an important factor. I mean, we can't release an animal that's a juvenile, just as we can't release one that's gotten too old. They'll also need to be fertile. After all, the idea is to repopulate the wild, so the best candidates will have a high fertility gene. And together, the age and fertility of a candidate will determine how many conservation credits will be rewarded when we release them. Now,
straight up monsooning here.
Credits are vitally important. They're the lifeblood of your zoo, because earning them allows you to adopt even more animals. And what's more, the animals you can adopt will be of a higher quality. So, with that in mind, let's pop over to our orangutan habitat.
I would love to help the wild orangutans.
Okay, I'd like you to find Agang, the Bornean orangutan in the habitat, and select him, please. You can either click through each orangutan in turn, or select the habitat barrier, go to the animals tab in the habitat information panel, and find him in the animals list.
Right, this is our friend here. And little does he know, he's about to go get released into the wild. That's cool. All right, and he's got 5 stars in fertility genes and fertility remaining. His lifespan's 4, and the conservation status is 4.5. So that's pretty cool.
I know it's sad to see him go, but he'll be happy out in the wild.
All right, we've made it to
and
silver.
He's a wonderful candidate for release. young, strong, and fertile. Excellent work
Come
there.
up here.
You've definitely got potential, you know.
Oh, look at them.
Ah, I see you've been doing some homework. Although, it hardly seems like work when you're learning about something as adorable as a ring-tailed lemur. I imagine I'd have got much better grades at school if there'd been less algebra and more aldebra. Tortoises.
Mm-hmm.
Lovely.
Alright.
Now let's build a new exhibit in the gap that's been left.
Ah,
Just add
okay.
it to the building like we did with the research center earlier. Then pop it into the gap.
Okay, so we're gonna put a little exhibit here. Mm-hmm. Super fun.
Perfect. The next thing to do is adopt an exhibit animal to go in there. How about a Gila monster? Open up the
Ooh,
exhibit
a
trading
Gila
section
monster.
and adopt one.
That's a cool friend.
Just
Yes.
as we do with habitat animals, we need to send the Gila monster to the exhibit. Click on the
Perfect.
exhibit to send it there.
I'm excited for this little dude.
When you send an animal to an exhibit, it'll automatically be given the correct setup. But that doesn't mean it's completely ready for them. So let's finish it off. We'll start by adding some enrichment items. Click on the exhibit to bring up its information panel.
$1
As I'm sure you know by now,
enrichment
you can
in for
unlock
him.
more enrichment levels by having one of your vets do some research. Now we'll also need to set the temperature and humidity in the exhibit. These are vitally important for keeping our Gila monster happy and comfortable. Click on the Climate tab.
The temperature is too low.
Here you can see the Gila monster's desired temperature and humidity. You can change both of these by adjusting the dials below. Make sure it's going to be nice and cozy.
They want 15. There we go. I think that's probably a
That's
better
it.
range.
And the last thing we need to look at is setting up the different windows. So click on the Windows tab.
I like that you
There's
can
also an exhibit
customize
education
that.
board. Pop them down near your exhibits to teach your guests about them. Let's add one now.
Oh, what am I doing? I missed Miss Nancy. One education board. Okay, we can do that. Perfect. Hello. This is where snapping becomes a problem. There we go. Then I think we just gotta sync it up to be the correct species. Yeah.
Lovely stuff. Now our guests can learn all about our
Perfect.
venomous
Oh
friend
dear.
here. Right,
Oh dear.
now I've got a bit of a big job for you. I need you to increase the number of species in the zoo. You'll probably want to adopt both habitat and exhibit animals to do so, which
Okay.
will mean building plenty of new habitats and exhibits for them. Go on, off you pop. I'll
Off
check in
I
with you
pop.
when you're almost done.
How many species do we currently have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Alright, we've got 9, so we need 3 more species in here. Except, okay. Alright, 3 more species. Except I have to somehow make sure it fits into this zoo okay. Alright. So we definitely have some open spots over here. I think the rest of this is kind of built out though. Oh. Oh, but that belongs to... Right. 3 more species. let's look at what we kind of have going on. Or what we can get. We already have orangutans. We already have all these. That is not going to help us. Not one bit. Okay, we'll come back for that. Maybe we add some more exhibit animals for now. Oh, okay. Yeah, maybe that's a vibe. We get another exhibit animal or two in here. Where to put them? That's always my struggle. Oh, that's a viewing area. With these pre-built zoos for the campaigns, I like really struggle on how to put new stuff in. But maybe somewhere over here, I guess. I guess we're just gonna have to start building over here. So we already have a spot where guests can get down. So that's cool. And let's see what I can figure out. Right. Let's click off that. Go to woo. No. Also don't remember where all the things are either, which is, oh, paths are over here. That would be a lot more helpful. They have that really nice like wood going on. I don't want to ruin that, but turn down the length a little. Maybe we'd come out this way. Here, and I do feel like I'm gonna have to add power and stuff here. Little bit of a struggle bus. All right, what if we added a grasslands walkthrough exhibit? That'd be cool. Oh, maybe one of these. One of these as you walk in. That could maybe be a good option. Except it's struggling. Why are we struggling? What if I just get one? Very carefully. One there. One there. We're a little desperate. The goal right now is just to finish the campaign. I'm not going for aesthetic currently. Okay. So, where's our animal or exhibit trading is actually what I want to look for. We have those guys. Let's see. You know, I've already forgotten what I have. That's fine. Okay. Can I filter by exhibit? No. Okay. Oh, that's the market. I meant to look at my zoo. Let's look at exhibits. We have the iguana, the cockroach. Oh, there's spots for these. Okay, hold on. Hold on. Oh, these are the ones I... Okay. However, this one is empty. Okay. So we already have a good spot. And we can adopt something from our exhibit trading. I kind of want a giant snail. I think a snail would be great. But let's look at the Zoopedia and see what we need to know about it. mostly how many do they like in a group. So 1 to 6. So that's good to know. Okay, so they don't actively live in groups, but they're passive enough to tolerate each other. Okay. That just means I think we need 1. We don't need to go crazy there. And got kind of the... Oh, this one's a gold. Bayou? I might want to do this in cash as opposed to that. So let's... Not super longevity, but... Oh, that's even worse. Oh dear. Okay, let's go with this one. And we're going to send it here. And then we've got to edit this exhibit to make it happy. Alright, nope. And we do have some enrichment level 1, so that's nice. So let's see. It would like to be between 73 and 97. That's very hot. Let's calm down. And then the humidity needs to be between 40 and 60%. Alright, let's go like there. That sounds good. And then we're gonna figure out which window, that one. And we can also add background, I believe. Oh gosh, don't yell at me. Animal's fine, everything's fine. Doesn't love the layout, but that's because we don't have a lot of enrichment. Oh, doesn't love the humidity being up that far, so let's tone her down slightly. Yes. And then we'll put like a 3D situation on that window. Okay. Okay. Pet. Okay. Now. Now. Exhibits. There's one. Now let's jump over here to my 2 empty exhibits and see if I have enough in the exhibit trading, if I have anything else I can get that we don't already have. Don't think we have Goliath frogs. I need to double check though. Those. No, we don't have the frog. We can buy a frog. That's nice. Right. Ooh. All right, how many frogs like to hang out together though, I guess is my first question. 1 to 2. And they only exist to mate, so they don't particularly care about having another friend with them. Okay. Okay. We can get some frogs. She's cool. We'll get her. Yeah. I'll send her there. I really just love to make this easy on myself to finish out this campaign. But I think they're gonna stop me from doing that because I think we already have everything else. Trying to cheat the system here. Okay. And then in animal trading. Ooh. I think. Refresh. I think this is the only animal we don't have already. I don't think we have a Western chimpanzee. So just triple check because. But I don't know how ethical it is if I get one, if there's only one. I feel like they probably need a friend, but I'm doing the best I can currently. So let's build An enclosure. Our first one. All right. However, we should also look at the zoopedia for them. Oh, they're super endangered. Okay. So they need a big amount of land, lots of climbing, no water, grade 3 climb proof, at least 16.5 feet. Okay, that's the important thing, is how strong and how tall does your barrier need to be? Alright, first we can do more of our staffing path, I think, out here. Okay, that's fine for now. We'll work on that in a minute. We'll go back to our barriers. Alright, so that's grade 4, grade 3. Alright, so... well, first, we'll put our keeper gate down here. And then we're gonna go with the wood log because it's grade 3. Well, maybe this because it's actually not climbable. I'm not gonna make this pretty. I'm just aiming to end this campaign shortly. And this is just to practice some of my skills, I suppose, and remembering of how to use all the controls here. Yeah. Just want to make sure that we connect back to our gate. Okay. And then this glass needs to be, what, 16 feet? Oh, 17 feet ideally. Okay. So we gotta remember to raise it up at least. Yeah. That looks good. And it's not climbable. I don't know if they're gonna like just being in a glass pen. Maybe I should, yeah, do that. And then we've got to put the climb proof. Nope, other side. Yes. Okay. Then we're gonna look where our people are gonna see them. And we're gonna replace this wall with some glass so people can actually see what's going on. But, okay. There we go. Okay. I think that's kind of our happy medium here. Perfect. And then we should check animal trading, because ideally I do think we're going to need more than one chimpanzee to make them happy as far as their social needs go. Okay, so let's start by continuing this path. Oh, no. I don't quite know how I just got elevated. Don't do that. Well. Oh, no. Hold on here. I have made all sorts of a mess. Like this. Maybe? Where it all goes wrong. Maybe it doesn't. Maybe we'll build up like the rest of the zoo. People people can see everything. However, I want to know how they like, connect all the circles here. Okay, because this is cool. But I want... I just think it would be cool if we had a platform in the middle, but I don't know how to do that. Okay. Alright, that's a later problem. That's a future me problem, I guess. Now, okay, that at least has a railing going on. That's good enough. That's fine. That's fine. This is fine. Okay. I think that's okay. And we will need go into our view. Everybody's looking a bit okay. All right, let's look in here into our storage and let's get this dude sent over here so we can start building this out to meet the specifications that we need. And I still don't think we have another chimpanzee that we can get, which is slightly unfortunate. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no! We have protesters. I forgot to fix the frog enclosure. Oh no. Maybe? I'm sorry. Don't protest. Protest. I messed. Oh, we have no enrichment. And the temperature is too high. Alright, let's go. Let's go way down real quick. That far though. Okay. That's fine. Humidity's fine. I'm so sorry, little frog. I'm so sorry. I mean, I guess it's not a little frog, it's a Goliath frog. But, that was my bad. That was my bad. I'm so sorry. Are we a little bit better? Other than our layout is trash. We'll get there. We'll get there. Alright, have we put... Oh, we're running with our chimpanzee. This chimp is about to be so mad. I can already tell you. But, that's okay.
My, you have been busy, haven't you? Splendid! But now that you've adopted all these lovely new species, we need to make sure they're nice and happy. So let's get the average welfare across the zoo nice and high, shall we?
Yes.
And by we,
awesome.
I mean you.
Perfect.
Go on, get to it.
I guess the first thing is our terrain's actually fine. We need some fun enrichment and things, but I don't know if we have anything. So let's go look under species, and we go to the western chimp, and that should do us some good. Oh, they can use the climbing fence, so that's fun. Oh wait, no. Alright, so let's get a couple of these going. Ooh. Ooh, a fun frame. Look at that thing. Whoa. Or this. I feel like this would probably be more fun. Oh boy, they would like a... Oh, nope. Okay, it looks like your climbing is now good. Alright, we'll come back to that. We need to get them food and shelter. Oh, there's some cool shelter options. Alright, let's go with a bigger shelter because I do hope to get more friends in here as soon as possible. But we just gotta wait for one to come up for sale or for conservation points. Okay. Beautiful. We're not going for aesthetics. We're just trying to make the chimp happy. That is our goal. And we need enrichment and plants. Okay, so let's pick our enrichment and then we'll go do all the plants. We need a roller, sounds cool. Oh, a keyboard, because what would be more entertaining? Oh, we can do some drums, frozen ice cube stuff, a cardboard box, even though they're not quite cats. Okay. That's doing good. Let's put a large water bowl somewhere closer to the zookeeper. Then we'll do feeding platform plopped over there for them. Okay. That looks pretty good. And then let's go look at our plants and figure out what kind of biome. We're in Africa and tropical. So luckily for us, we can filter by continent and then we can go to tropical. And then that should do us in pretty good for what we can put in here. Okay. We have a lot of options. A lot of options. Okay, okay. Okay. Big plants. I feel like some all around. I'd like some taller stuff. Thrown in there, and hopefully they can't escape. Fingers crossed. Because that would be how my zoo experience would go, is the chimps would escape and I'd cry and nobody would be having a good time. Oh, we need a lot of plants. A lot of plants. All right, let's go. More plants. Plants everywhere. Plants everywhere. Shrubby plants and tall plants and short plants. But also I'm trying not to block the zookeeper's path to actually being able to feed our friends here. Do some cool rocks thrown in here too. Different sizes. So I say everybody do. If you just kind of like stack a bunch of different size things, it kind of makes it feel a little more natural. Oh, you know what I forgot though? To put out the donation box. How am I supposed to make money? Oh, look, we found a dog. We found a dog. Except I don't remember where the donation boxes are in this whole thing. Is that terrible of me? Probably. Alright. Where? Oh, where? Here. Have some info, at least. About our... Oh. 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 That's not for there. Okay. Let's try this one. Let's try this one. And then... Ooh. Yeah, okay. Alright. Still don't know where the donation box is in this whole thing. There we go. Please, donate. Donate to us. Give me your money. God, look at them all. There's so many people. Yes. Okay. Money. Much money. Alright. Now. Oh, we've got some new research. Alright, maybe... I kind of want to switch you to our giant frog, because the frog has none enrichment and is not very happy about it. Let's track our animal trading. Hi, Rainbow. Alright, animal market. Oh, there's a tapir. Ugh, I don't want another species right now. Goal is to make everybody happy. And I think we're doing okay. Actually, social's not bad. I'm kind of impressed. Alright, let's look at our zoo. And see all of our animals. And alright, I think everybody's pretty happy other than the bonobos. So let's go see what is happening in the bonobo existence. Oh, they have no enrichment and they're sad. Okay. We can fix that. So we'll reset that and we'll go back to species. And find our bonobos. Yep. Alright. Now. What do we got for enrichment? We have so many options too. Alright, we'll give them some cardboard boxes. That, some drums. I'm a big fan of the ice block feeders because I feel like that takes a while for them to get through. Oh, a whole forage box? Yes. Yes, yes. How's that? We feeling better about our lives here? Let's look. Okay. Yes. I mean... Okay. Lemurs would also like... Ooh. More enrichment. So let's see what we can fix on that front. And we will... Filter by species. We'll find our ringtail lemurs. Oh no. Oh no. Yeah. See how that goes. So they would like toy enrichment. Okay. So we can look specifically at toys and give them
Lovely job there. You should be proud of
we hit our
yourself.
gold star.
You expanded the zoo and kept
All
the
right.
animals as happy as Laddie, but you didn't
Perfect.
bankrupt us in the process.
All right, we'll save over my old save from 2023. Okay. And that's 2 campaigns down, and I feel like I'm getting back into the swing of things, which is nice. After not playing for a while, it's really nice to get back into it and try to remember all the controls and the buttons. And I don't even want to talk about getting into the building yet, because the building's so intense and customizable, and you can make literally anything. So whew, that was fun. I had a good time doing that. So that's good. Trying to get back to our main screen, but the loading time back to main menu takes a second. So I think that's all I'm going to do today. I'm going to check out what our next campaign option is, and see what we're entailed for next time. So let's see. Hope everybody's having a good morning. I mean, afternoon. It's just past afternoon for me now, so we're doing pretty good. All right. Okay, so our next one is the Panda Park. And the Panda Park, when I first bought Planet Zoo when it came out, the Panda Park is where I ended up quitting playing the game for a long time because it was so glitchy, specifically this campaign. And I just was so frustrated by it that I didn't want to play anymore. It was that frustrating. I couldn't get any of my zookeepers to feed my animals. It was not good. But I have since replayed it, and the glitches have been fixed. And I remember that. So that's going to be our next adventure, and then the Maple Leaf Wild Park. And then I'm looking forward to getting into the stuff I haven't unlocked yet. Oh, and there's so much more down here. Oh my gosh. I have a lot of DLC, thanks to a very generous friend for buying me a whole bunch of DLC. And, we have a lot. There's a lot we can do. We could even skip around down here, and determine different adventures. And like I said, I'm building up to these time scenarios because the timed ones give me anxiety. But, I think that's gonna do it for me today, and I hope you enjoyed my very low-key Planet Zoo Sunday morning play. And we will see you for the next time. Bye, everybody!